Welcome back. Now, the Office of the Prime Minister has established the Namibia Public Service Saving and Credit Cooperative, SACCO, known as NAMSACCO. Now, SACCO is a private member-owned and member-controlled cooperative which mobilizes funds from its members and lends the same to them at an affordable interest rate. The concept is aimed at encouraging a savings culture among Namibian public servants. Now, this is to be achieved through financial literacy and provision of access to financial services. The manager of NAMSACCO, who is Nashapi from the Office of the Prime Minister, as well as Mr. Francois, who is chairperson of NAMSACCO, now joins us with more on this. Good morning and welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here. Just to start with, Francois, perhaps you can elaborate a bit for us on the objectives of NAMSACCO and what it aims to achieve.
Thank you very much. It's a very good question. So NAMSACCO was created by a group of civil servants who felt that generally we are over-indebted. Most civil servants in Namibia struggle really a lot with over-indebtedness and poor financial inclusion or using financial products correctly and having a very low savings culture. So with that being said, we understood that the average soldier, nurse, police officer and teacher has approximately 8 deductions here on their payslip, which about 5 is probably cash loans, and we wanted to turn that into something positive. We wanted to say that why not use the products available to us by us. So we as members started a cooperative. The members own the cooperative and yield the benefits of the cooperative. And so the Savings and Credit Cooperative, in summary, was created to foster a savings culture so that we start saving together, and if we need to borrow, that we borrow at a much more affordable rate, and that the benefits of the borrowing, the interest paid on the borrowing, accrues to the members and not to some other entities. So that's the function and the purpose of the NAMSACCO.
I hear that, but public servants, like anybody else, could, if they needed financial assistance, if they needed a loan, could go to, a mainstream financial service provider like everybody else was. So what really necessitated this Savings and Credits Cooperative?
Yeah, I don't know. From our side, what we felt is like, why don't we make it member-owned? We understand the challenges that we face daily working for government. We understand the pressures put by family and friends on us because, we are the ones earning salaries from government. And we wanted to turn that into a positive. We wanted to say, but let's start saving together. Let's create a culture of saving. And if we have to borrow, let's borrow then at affordable rates, and the interest paid, let that accrue to the members themselves. And we wanted to grow a culture amongst ourselves of enriching ourselves through this cooperative.
Maria, would you like to add on to that?
I also just wanted to add to say that the interest rate that we are charging is way competitive to what the other lenders might be charging, because we are using the reducing balance method to calculate our interest, and also the fact that if it's a member-owned cooperative, then the interest that you pay towards the cooperative in a way comes back to you as a member in the form of interest on top of your savings and dividends.
Talk to us about how this program will be carried out, Maria, and also how do you foresee public servants, buying into this idea?
Okay, membership is open and voluntarily to all public servants, regardless of race, ethnic group or color or whatsoever. The member should be able to comply with the bylaws of the cooperative according to the Cooperatives Act. And there was a study done before, the feasibility study done before, and the group that took part in the feasibility study, there was actually a positive response, hence the establishment of the NAMSACCO cooperative.
And has NAMSACCO made any progress since its inception?
Yeah, NAMSACCO has made the tremendous progress. We have acquired an office in the Alexander Forbes building. So all potential members and already registered members can actually come to our offices to seek for assistance. And more information can also be found on our websites, on our social media platforms like Facebook, Instagrams, and Twitter.
Francois, as Maria said, it's voluntary, so public servants get to choose if they want to be a part of this or not. But what is the criteria for those who would like to join?
So for us, I think the first criteria would be a lifestyle choice. So we want public servants to say, We are tired, we are fed up with our current financial situation. We cannot continue like this any longer. We want to become part of a group that has a different mindset and that says we are going to take control of our finances, we want to be in charge of our finances, and we're going to move forward with our finances. Together from that perspective, we then expect that you should be able to, from a savings point of view, save at least $200 a month. And then you have to acquire what we call share capital into the cooperative. It's part of the Cooperatives Act. So it's $2,000 for the share capital, but it should not distract anybody because we deduct that over 3, 6, 12 or 24 months or once off. So with the share capital being paid and the savings accruing, after 6 months you are then eligible to start borrowing from the NAMSACCO. And we are working on some innovative loan products for the future as well, which we believe will be very useful.
Now, as I mentioned earlier, most public servants already have existing, savings and credit, cooperatives going on. How do you intend on convincing them to join, and bringing everybody on board for this initiative?
Yeah, thank you. So there are many cooperatives in Namibia, but very few savings cooperatives. So most of the cooperatives are rather agricultural or farming type cooperatives where they farm together and sell together. Savings and credit cooperatives are very few and far between with a minimum number of members. And that's what we're trying to change in Namibia. In countries like Kenya, we have seen a tremendous uptake in cooperatives to such an extent that the members of these cooperatives jointly now own and buy places, huge real estates. They recently bought a bank. So this pooling together of civil servants and their savings is really creating a movement in other countries, and we are a bit behind on this. And so we're trying to change this norm and this mindset and this working together, and it should not be difficult because we already partake in stokvels, we already partake in friendly societies. A cooperative is actually a formalized way of doing so. It's a formal way of saving together. It's a formally regulated way of working together to achieve a bit of financial prosperity.
Maria, will this involve public servants all over the country? And then talk to us about, the awareness that you've done around this.
Okay, currently our offices are only based in Windhoek. However, the cooperative will be all over the country, including the regional councils as well. So currently we are taking membership application forms via emails only, since we do not have offices based in the regions. And we've met with several ministries and offices and agencies in preparation for the vast awareness creation campaign that we are about to undertake. So we received a positive response from them. So soon we'll be able to go to the regions and all over the country probably to do the campaigns, more campaigns.
You mentioned that interested parties can contact you via email. What is that email address?
The email address where the applications can be forwarded to is mnashapi@namsako.com.na. The email address and all the other contact details can also be found on our website, which is www.namsako.com.na.
Awesome. Well, just as we're rounding off our discussion, Francois, your final remarks?
Yeah, I would just like to encourage civil servants to join with us. It's a bit of a movement. We're starting small. We want to grow it into a nationally relevant movement. We believe that together we could have significant savings and then borrowing opportunities for civil servants. And specifically, we would couple that with financial literacy aimed at educating our fellow civil servants. How do we save? How do we invest? How do we protect ourselves from these economic shocks that we're also facing currently? When food prices skyrocket and the fuel prices skyrocket, how do we deal with that proactively? And so jointly, I think we should, instead of individually becoming over-indebted, why don't we jointly form of a bit of a movement in this country and start saving together and forming some generational wealth also for our children, which stand to benefit from Namsako. By the time you leave Namsako, everything you've put in, you get out, if not more. And of course, that can also go to your children then, of course. So we believe it can have a significant impact.
That's awesome. Maria, your closing remarks?
I would like to invite all our potential members. Please come through to our offices, or you can contact us on our online platforms. Our offices are at the corner of Independence and Fidel Castro Street, Alexander Forbes Building, floor 6.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much for your time and thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was Francois, who is the chairperson of NAMSACCO, speaking to us this morning alongside Maria Nashapi, who is the manager of the same organization. We'll be right back after the short break. Stay with us.